喂，哦，我是 Groovy Pauli， 你是谁？ Pinyin Pauli， 哦，最近好吗？哦，太好了，你要来我的家？哦，好。Pinyin Pauli 要来我的家说一说拼音。好啊，好啊，好啊，好啊，一会儿见啊！对对对，好，拜拜。那我们要准备，他要来我的家。哦。How are you today? 谢谢，我很好 ，quite well indeed.
好，
你要喝水吗？不用。
好。
所以你要说一说拼音，对吗？对 ，yes， 拼音。对不起，我要多说英文，你不介意吗？没关系，我也明白英文。对，所以拼音 Pauli， 拼音是什么？Excellent question. Pinyin is very important in Mandarin Chinese learning. Pinyin literally means spell sound. Pinyin. And it uses Latin letters to transcribe the sounds of Chinese, but it is not English. So it can be a bit tricky if you look at it and you think, oh, it's just like English. But there are some sounds that are very different, and some sounds in Chinese we don't have in English. For example, yu. It's very hard to learn. 那每个会说中文的人都会拼音吗？ Also a fabulous question, Groovy Pauli. Actually, most Chinese learners learn Pinyin first, and then they use Pinyin to do things like type on the computer or type a message on your handphone. And children often learn Pinyin first, and sometimes their books will have Pinyin above the Hanzi. And then later, as they learn more and more, they don't have Pinyin above the Hanzi anymore, because they've learnt it. 那你可以举例子吗? Of course! Here is a quick example. As you can see, it's written just in Pinyin. 我叫 Groovy Pauli. 我叫 Pinyin Pauli. 你很帅. 你也是. However, we can add Hanzi, and then we've got both Pinyin and Hanzi. Or we can take the Pinyin off, and it's just Hanzi. As you can see, as people learn to read more and more, they rely less and less on Pinyin. 有很多种拼音吗? Well, there are over 409 distinct sounds in the Mandarin Chinese language, which sounds like a lot. But more than half of it is quite close to English. If you look at these, you can kind of work out what it means. Like this, mama, 比沙饼, 可乐. You can kind of work out how to pronounce it based on what you know in English, but some sounds are quite different, right? We've talked about that. So let's look at this graphic. So there is an initial and a final and a tone. 3 bits that put together the pinyin. So if we look at this example, Hong, H is the initial bit, Ong is the final, and do you see the marking above the vowel O? That tells us where our voice goes. In this case, the R sheng going up the hill. Ha, ong, hong. Once you get used to that, really, pinyin is not a struggle at all. Learning about the 4 Chinese tones does require some attention and practice, but I know you can do it as well. 你为什么要讲拼音呢? Well, I know many learners of Mandarin Chinese find the pinyin a bit tricky at the start, so we wanted to make the tricky bit feel a bit less tricky and maybe in a bit of a fun sort of way. So my buddy and I, Big Red Doofus, wanted to work on this together. Oh, here he is, Big Red Doofus!
Oh, hi, Groovy Pauli. 我是 Big Red Doofus. 我是你的粉丝，很高兴认识你啊。我需要上厕所了。I need to go to the bathroom.
再见，Big Red Doofus.
拜拜。
他很红。 那Pinyin Pauli，我们可以看一看你的节目吗？Sneak peek? Oh, I would be delighted to show you a bit of it. Actually, the whole thing, each episode is very short, less than 5 minutes, and there are 11 in total. So let me show you a bit about what it looks like, all right? 学拼音和拼音Pauli
A big red doofus. 你会不会？你会不会？你会不会？
If you chose A, 炸 That's correct. 很好玩哦，我喜欢。谢谢你来看我，顺便介绍你新的节目。Oh, it's a pleasure to share with everyone. And if you would like to look at the whole series, you can click here. Now, Groovy Pauli, has anyone asked you if you and I look alike? 胡说八道，哪有 Well, we do both have the name Pauli, right? 是啊，可是很多人叫 Pauli， 这是一个非常普遍的一个名字，好不好 Yes, it's quite common, and of course you're more handsome than I am. 哪有，你比我更帅。好吧，那我们跟大家说再见，好不好？好
Goodbye, everybody.
再见。